Welcome to Kangaroos the podcast. Rachel, I cannot tell you, I am so excited about today and today's guest.
We have a guest that Andrew discovered on Instagram he's a Tennessean like us. I mean, Andrew is not a true Tennessean.
I will claim it now.
But we'll let him stay. The legal paperwork forces him to stay here for our company. Anyway, okay. We have a guest. So, Keith, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
We didn't scare him off yet, which is saying something.
Yeah.
So, Keith, we start every podcast episode with a question of the day. Our question of today is about New Year's Eve. Are you a go out and be somewhere late past your bedtime, or stay at home and watch the ball drop at home, or don't and go to bed before the clock strikes midnight in comfy clothes? Which one are you?
Well, over the past several years, we have been kind of stay at home with the kids. And I think this year we are planning on letting our hair down and going to party like it's 1999.
Come on.
That's the best thing ever.
I got a really good, one of my best friends. He's in a band, and they throw on a heck of a party. So we're going to try and attend that.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew, what's your answer?
Growing up in Texas, we would often watch
New
York, the New York ball drop at 11, and then we would go to bed. Then college, we would stay out crazy late. But now, I think the last several years, I've been in bed by 9:30. Like, I'm not a late night guy anymore. So cozy clothes, watch it. Maybe not. I'll watch football the next day.
Fair. I think that I'm actually a go out person, but I have 3 children. And so that has changed the way that I would spend my New Year's Eve. And typically we're at home. But if I had my choice, I would be fancy and out somewhere.
Yeah.
Because that sounds
dolled
fun.
Up, evening gown. Okay.
It would be like a fun. When else are you going to do it? Like, I don't get invited to fancy things. So, like, if you're going to give me a reason, then I'm going to go. So, but the reality is I'll probably be arguing with my kids and show them the ball drop. Like, we'll record it. Mitch and Kendall, our neighbors next door, record it every year, and they just pretend like it's midnight at like 8 and show their kids the one from last year.
I think I actually did that one year, I think.
Yeah, put them to bed. So I think
here's London at 6 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll probably do something like that, and then reality says I'll probably be in bed by 10. Okay.
What's our challenge of the week?
Challenge of the week. We are nearing the end of the year, so it's a great time to make a stop or start doing list. Andrew and I have had a former leader that encouraged this, which was really helpful. It's good to just take some time to breathe and evaluate, like, what are the things I'm doing just because I've done them, but really, do they need to get done anymore? Let's go ahead and stop doing that so that we can make time to either rest or do something new. That's our challenge this week.
Well, Rachel, we have a special guest. We have Keith Dykes from WKD Construction. I found him on Instagram, and if you aren't following him, please go right now and watch all of his stuff. He is entertaining and brilliant, and he's a construction guy. And I like to think I know a little bit about construction, but I quickly was put to shame. The level of perfection, now I want to talk about this in a little bit, but your level of perfection that you go after, I think is phenomenal. So Keith, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How'd you get started in this? Tell us all the things.
Well, I'm kind of a transplant as well. I'm actually from California. I was born in California, but we were transplanted here I was in 8th grade. So, but my home is Tennessee. I'm definitely all Tennessee from now. But I live in a very small rural town. It's called Big Sandy, Tennessee, which is in Northwest Tennessee. I don't know. I had a stepbrother that had a construction business when I was in high school. So I started the summer before I graduated, started working with him, graduated. I took, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 months, did some odd and end stuff, started working back with him. 2 years later, I went out on my own and then did everything. It didn't matter what it was. If there was something to do, I did it. Then in 06, right at the end of the year of 06 into 07, I got my contractor's license, and it's just been all uphill from there.
Incredible. Why would people not strive for perfection? Who do you think instilled your work ethic? Why do you push yourself so hard?
I don't know. It's just got to be right.
That's right.
I don't know. There's really nobody that, just myself, I guess. I don't know. The guys that I worked for there for a couple years, they didn't have it. I didn't feel right. And, then I just started working on my own, and I don't know. It's got to be right, or we're going to tear it out and we're going to redo it. That's it.
I'm going to need you to build my next house.
That's right. Yep.
And where you asked about being like that, I don't know why people they cut corners like that. I don't know. It just boggles my mind. We'll go somewhere out of town, and I'm looking around, and that's probably one of my things. I pick a lot of stuff apart, but it's just crazy, the stuff that you see in a lot of high end homes too. It's just. It's just hard. It's hard to fathom.
Yep. He said it. Right. Well, we appreciate people who strive for perfection. I think Andrew and I always say it can be better. It can always be better. And so that's sort of what guides a lot of our work too. Might not be construction, at least.
Oh yeah,
not for
anything
me.
you do.
Andrew does dabble a lot more than I do, and I've convinced myself that I can finish out a room, which probably makes your ears bleed when I say that, because it'll be fine. Anyway,
she wants to finish out her attic by herself and hang drywall and paint, and sure, okay, it's going to be great. It'll be great.
I am just real offended by your lack of faith in me right now.
I've got so much faith.
Yeah, that's
I
convincing.
think it's maybe a push for excellence over perfection, and maybe that is the difference. So I think you can have both being perfect and excellent, but I think a lot of people just are lazy and they don't want to push for stuff. Bingo,
right there. I think that's it. They want to get done as fast as possible, make money. I don't know. It's just, that's not me. It's going to be right. I put my time and all my effort into it. I love what I get to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And your name is on it.
Yeah,
if my name's on something, then I want it to be done well and right. 100%. Okay, so we're going to shift gears slightly, but the way that Andrew discovered you is on Instagram. So you're clearly utilizing social media pretty well. What made you get started? What made you say, I'm going to start showing some of my work on Instagram? So I'm just curious about that.
It was kind of on a whim. It was back a couple years ago when first video I ever put out was on Snapchat. It was when Spotlight just came out, and they were giving away $1 million a day from October to the first of the year. So I had a video. I did 11-second video. I put it on there. I ended up making over $12,000 off 11-second video. So after that,
okay, there you go.
I signed up for all of it. Man. I was like, that is crazy. So after that, then I got on TikTok, then Instagram, and now I finally got on YouTube too. So, but that was kind of, like I said, it was just kind of a whim. Tried it and I hit it, and it's like hitting the lottery, man. So then I was committed, and I was like, man, I'm doing this every day. So why not make a little extra income on what I'm doing already?
That's real smart.
Yeah.
And a good reason to get started. So I think you did it. What did you just start doing? You're like, I'm just going to try. Is that how you just, or did you plan? Because we are in the business, we really work with realtors a lot on their social media, and encourage them to get on. We've worked with a couple of builders and some other like non-real estate related industry people as well. And everyone's just hesitant because they're nervous about whatever reason. And we're like, you just kind of have to do it. And you're going to fall into it, So what tips do you have for anyone who's like, I want to do this, but
I'm still kind of learning. Finally think I did find a niche, on the way I voice over and all that stuff. You just got to do it. Just don't be apprehensive. If you love what you're doing, just put it on there and do it.
So you've got a pretty big personality. What would you say to the person that is more shy or reserved? Do they need to find a character, or is authenticity more important?
I think authenticity is, you got to be true to yourself, to what you put on there. Because in my opinion, that's me. I mean, I kind of do put on a little extra. I do a little bit, I go over the top a little bit, not a whole lot, but I am an outgoing. I love to have fun. We cut up at work all day long. So that's me. I do kind of go over the top on some of my voiceovers, but yeah, all in all, that's me. But I would say, yeah, just be true to what you're putting out. I mean, I think it would be better material if you're all in like that. But
when you're planning out your day's worth of work, are you thinking, okay, I've got to hang drywall, and then I've got to frame this, and then I've got to do a video? Or is this just, I've got some downtime, I'm going to shoot a little video real quick?
No, yeah, I'll wake up in the morning and kind of see what we're going to do. And if it's something, I try to not do just average stuff. I try to do a little more. And luckily right now we are in a very nice pool house that's got some high end stuff. So we're actually shooting just about every day on something. But yeah, we don't shoot all day long. I'll pick something that I know that's really going to be watchable, and just kind of go from there. And then I do if I'm going to do, we do, like I said, I do YouTube as well. And I do more in-depth videos on YouTube. I do the shorts, but I do the more in-depth videos just to get a more serious side and show actually what goes into what we do.
So you're saying that I'll be able to find a drywall tutorial on your YouTube channel?
Oh, maybe. I don't have one on there. I've done a little bit. I did do something. Yes, I did do a little bit of drywall. I have not done any editing on it, but I do have some video of drywalling, yes.
See, Andrew, I'm going to be able to do it because I'm going to watch this video.
But it does sound like you're pretty strategic and you've got a plan in place. And so I think that is also crucial and key to your growth.
Yeah. And then I do the stories every day on Instagram, and then TikTok as well. I don't know. I started doing that probably 8-9 months ago. So I think that's cool. I get a lot of traffic on that as well.
Do you think I'm going off script, but it's fine. We don't have to keep any answers, and we'll give Andrew something to work on if we don't like where we go. Do you think that you get more leads for your company because of your presence on social media?
Maybe if I was in a bigger city like, Nashville or something like that, that might be a different situation. But I'm very rural, and I was just already established as a custom home builder, high-end custom home builder. So, I mean, I've already had a backlog of like 3 years, before I really even got established on social media at all.
That's great. Good gosh, that's great. It is
great. We hear from lenders and realtors about realtors specifically representing builders. So it's not necessarily just any realtor. So the ones that are doing the representation, that they wish their builders would do more marketing in the way of social media. So I think It's a great account for us to be able to point to. So thank you for that, to be like, here's someone who's doing it well. I mean, obviously, I think you're doing it really well. So tell us a little bit about the kind of time that it takes for you to do what you do, when it comes specifically to social media, Reels or TikTok or any of that.
It does. My wife's not the best fan of it, but I do love it. I have really fell in love with it. I do like it. I like to put it out there, show people kind of behind the scenes kind of things, and different, more high end kind of details and stuff. But yes, it is taxing on your time. Because I usually try to get out. I try to post either on Thursday, on Friday, on Instagram and TikTok, and then I try to have a full length video for YouTube on Saturday mornings at 8:00. So yeah, I mean it's. I'll usually at 10:00, 11:00 at night, I'll go get in my 2000 Jeep Wrangler sound booth and I'll do some voiceovers and
I love that.
So then. And then I'll hit the computer probably usually on a Friday night and do all my editing on my YouTube videos, and then commenting. That's a lot of time. My wife's not too big on all that I do that, but I don't know. I think that really gets especially on YouTube, all the algorithm going, and it keeps firing my video out in front of people.
That's
so
right.
I do try to comment a lot. I do get, even on the haters. You get everybody out there that knows.
Shame on them.
Yeah. So
you've got not only is your content great, but you've got a strategic plan in place. You've got consistency in place. And I mean, like all you're doing all the right things.
Yes.
All the right
This
things.
is what we're always saying over and over to people who really want to do basically what you're doing, but don't really know where to start. And it's always those tenet points of like, yeah, you've got to do it and you've got to do it well and you have to do it often and you have to engage with people or else it's like not going to go anywhere. So kudos to you for doing it so well. So we serve, like we've said, we serve primarily realtors. And a lot of our realtors are working with custom home buyers, not necessarily in your area, but in the Middle Tennessee region. And so what makes a great realtor from your perspective? If you could just like list have a list of qualities that would be like, if every realtor was like this and did this, my life would be like, I'd be coasting. It'd be great. We wouldn't have any problems. What would they look like? For instance,
massive budget.
I am a high maintenance client, but I know that about myself before I walk in. It's more of just, I know what I want. And so I'm going to tell you exactly, like I have built homes. And so I just walk in and say, this is what I want. And
that is more ideal than what you think. Because I mean, if you don't know, it's hard on everybody. Yeah. If you know what you want, it makes the whole process easier. We can plan for it and execute it, and we're not going back and forth. That's probably another thing that that's good. As soon as I start talking to somebody, I'm like, get a game plan, start picking out stuff, just everything. The more you have up front, then the easier it is on the whole process.
Yeah, I can imagine trying to, like, if I'm a builder, trying to like understand a client's vision. If they're not very descriptive, that could be incredibly difficult. And so I think that's really good advice, is to like come with pictures, come with like thoughts, come with like, you want your laundry room to be triple size because you've got 3 kids and all you do is wash clothes. That's me, by the way.
I tell everybody to basically get on Pinterest. If you get on Pinterest, create some boards, and I can see pictures. We can make it happen, and it's easier to see it like that. And then the client too, if they can see it, because a lot of people can't visualize what it's going to look like,
Right.
and a lot of people too. If a lot of people don't have designers, I mean, they can't afford that, but some people do. Some people don't have budgets, but Some people have designers, some people don't. And but if you don't have a designer, yeah, that's what I tell them. Just to get on Pinterest, start pinning, make boards. It doesn't matter, light fixtures, TVs, appliances, colors, just everything, because there are a ton, of decisions in a house.
100%. I think that's great advice for a realtor too, if they are walking alongside a client, to help advocate for that for them and someone like you, is to be like, get on Pinterest, build a board. When we sit down with the builder at your initial meetings, this is going to come in real handy. So start thinking about what it is you want in your new home.
My wife really wants if and when we ever build a house, she wants like a safe room, not from criminals, but like from tornadoes. And what we have seen is that's a common or a growing trend to put like a cinder block master closet is what she wants. So then that way, if there's a tornado that comes through Tornado Alley here, that we can be safe in our master closet. Are there other new trends that you've seen going into a lot of new homes?
Well, storm rooms are good one. We do a lot of storm rooms. I don't know. As far as energy wise, foam insulation, that's a big one.
Is herringbone ever going to go out of style?
Don't say it. Good. That's a great answer. That is my favorite. It makes me sad. I had it, and it's a long story. Anyway, yep. Herringbone is wonderful.
Past couple houses, I've done some herringbone.
If someone out there listening was wanting to learn how you do what you do, where would you point them?
You have to learn hands-on. You have to do it. You have to get into it. You have to start from the bottom. I mean, if you're going to be really good at it, you need to know every aspect of the whole process, from the foundation to the shingles. Man, I have done every single aspect of it besides HVAC. I've never done any of that. But as far as concrete to blocks to brick to framing, just every single aspect of the house, I have done it. So if you really want to get into it and be good, you just start pick something, start there and go at it. And the more you learn, the better you are.
You got to put your reps in.
Yeah, definitely.
When I first started out, my mentor said, you obviously need to know your role better than anybody else on set. That one's easy. But the next part is you've got to know everybody else's role better than they know it. Because how would you know if they're any good at their job if you don't know how to do their job? Right. Like, man, that is pretty brilliant advice. So again, more kudos to you at starting at the bottom and working your way up to now running and owning your own construction company. That's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. When I first started, when I went out on my own, there was, of course, a couple pretty high-end builders in Paris, which is about 13 miles northwest of here. I mean, if that one guy, if he was building your house, you had something done right. You know what I mean? And so I took that and I'm like, I'm going to be that guy. That's going to be me. That is my goal, is somebody's going to hire me just because of my name. And that's where I'm at now.
Well, I'd hire you. I'd hire you just because you're Instagram. Yeah.
Don't you think you might want a couple of projects in Nashville? It's not that far from you. I mean, my family's in Memphis. I have family in Kenton. They're not that far from you either. This has been a lot of fun. So we want to make sure that people know how to find you. So what is your YouTube channel?
YouTube is at WKD Construction LLC. TikTok and Instagram are the same. They are WKD CONST LLC.
Perfect. We want to make sure that everyone else gets to have all the fun that we've been having.
That'd be awesome. I do. I really appreciate all the, like I said, I do try to comment. I'm really appreciative for all the everybody that comments, even the haters. So it's been pretty neat. It's really taken off in the past, like I said, the past 2 or 3, 4 months, something like that. But it's neat.
Well, I love meeting new people and, sliding into your DMs. You're super approachable and easy to talk with. I can't thank you enough for today. Rachel, what is the local question of the day?
Okay. So we wrap with a local question of the day, which will broaden our locality since we're talking with someone who's not in Middle Tennessee. But what's Tennessee's best kept secret?
I think in my area, it's the lake. We have a Kentucky lake, and then it wraps around the river. So we don't have, it's a big lake, so it's not a congested lake. So not a lot of people, out of towners. It's not real busy, and you can have a good fun time, have a blast on the lake. So I would say the lake around in my area. Paris
Landing is the new resort state park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
well, it's not new. They actually just built a new lodge, and it is very nice.
Yeah. So before it was really nice. We had a retreat thing that we went out there, but we've been seeing all of the pictures and everything coming from the thing. I think that's to be a state park and to have a lodge that nice, to me, is a good little secret for Tennesseans, at least, to go kind of get away. We talk all the time about how Tennessee is really beautiful. And I think people that have never been here don't really understand that until they get to experience it. There's a lot of stuff to do in Tennessee, outdoors and otherwise. So I think
definitely.
I think that is one of our secrets. Andrew, I guess you get the last word. I guess.
Always.
Well,
I'm not,
we'll see.
Again, I'm not from here. And so my knowledge of West Tennessee is pretty limited. However, driving across the river into Tennessee and Memphis, it's really hard to not just marvel at the pyramid. I know that makes me maybe a tourist in Memphis, but man, it's so interesting to me. So I vote for Bass Pro Shops. The best kept secret right there.
So here's a story. I'm not going to let you have the last word.
Of course.
So my grandfather was one of the people that built the pyramid. So his company did all the masonry work for the foundation of the pyramid. So when it was being built, when I was a little girl, we got to go up into the pyramid at different stages of its construction.
Oh, that's cool.
To watch it be built. Yeah. So,
well, Keith, you've got a friend in Kangaroost. We cannot be more proud of what you're doing, and keep it up. Please reach out to us if you've got questions or if just want to jump on the podcast again. We're happy to have you. So
cool, dude, man. Yeah, that was awesome. I've been pretty nervous about it all week.
I was like, if he can do the reels that he does, there will be zero problems with us.
But I'm at home. I'm by myself. I got a cocktail and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Hey, okay.
So if you're enjoying the podcast, will you please rate and review this and then share it with all of your friends? And if you are a realtor and you want to duplicate what Keith is doing, you might want to sign up for Kangaroost. Is there a discount code?
There is. It's first month 50. So first month spelled out 50, the numbers will get you 50% off your first month subscription.
Awesome. All right, guys. Keith, one more time, thank you so much.
Yes.
See you next week.
Appreciate it.